I first started my fire career working for the Forest Service on the Tahoe National Forest. That was actually where I first learned about SFFD, a former member of the American River Hotshots. Got a job here, came back to the Tahoe, told us all that it's the best department to work for in the world. And so from the very first year of my fire career, I had it in my mind that I wanted to work for the San Francisco Fire Department.
As a San Francisco native, I grew up here and I've lived here my entire life. And to be able to serve the community that I've lived in my entire life and give back, that's the highest honor and privilege.
I grew up in the Bay Area. San Francisco is an amazing city. I grew up in the fire service. My dad was in the fire service, and San Francisco was always my top choice as a fire department to work for.
I think it was the history of the department and really just the complexity of the fires here that really drew me to it. There's a lot to deal with. Construction, topography, all the adjoining buildings being connected and all that kind of stuff. It's just so different than anything I've ever had to deal with that I've always wanted to challenge myself.
I think I just love the diversity here. I kind of grew up in a bubble in Sacramento, so coming out here and having all these different cultures, this diversity, and everybody's working as a team together. I think that's the biggest thing.
Truck training. Man, the ladders, first off, very new and different. I had only thrown a couple of, 24 typical ladders, never a wooden ladder. The 50, man, that one was tough.
With the wood ladders being super heavy as they are, it really requires a lot of teamwork, especially when it comes down to the 50. The 50, when you have 6 people raising that, everyone has to be on the same page. It's not going to be all about strength, it can be about technique, and if you're not working together, that ladder's not going to go up and it's not going to go up safely. And it's not always going to be in a big wide open area. You're going to have obstructed raises, you're going to have overhead wires, you're going to have hills, topography, all this other stuff that you're going to have to deal with. So it really stresses the importance of teamwork and working together to get those ladders up, and that's just the first part of the job, because then you got to go up and cut the hole, ventilate, and do the other parts that are required for the truck operations.
Engine training. Engine training was challenging just to learn the San Francisco way. There's different ways that we approach things, from the 3-inch hose line, the 1 3/4 line, and just the progression of it was great.
Coming from off a Wildland engine, I was surprised by how much was extremely new to me and how little I actually knew. I don't know if you felt the same way.
Yeah, I had my time in the past was on a buggy, so
yeah,
being on a buggy and not having water to having water constantly, and the specificity that we have here in San Francisco, it was different.
Driver's training, doing donuts at City College with Al Douglas. What do you think about driver's training?
I'm enjoying driver's training, but I think we're doing the learning curve has been pretty steep here. Absolutely, especially with that killer truck.
Yeah, it's kind of like autocross with fire engines and fire trucks. So, instead of us going out on the weekends with our sports cars and knocking down cones, we get to come here Monday through Friday and learn how to drive through different obstacles, backing the tiller truck in, serpentine forward and back of the engine of the truck. So it's fun. It's a learning experience. It's more relaxed in terms of how the Cadre are teaching. But we're getting a lot out of it, and it's like super practical, obviously, because we're all going to drive, at some point. So I would say it's definitely fun, and everyone's having a good time and learning a lot.
Live Fire Week. That was really where all of the moving parts started to come together, and all of the teamwork really started to play itself out. I had my job, the teammate had their job. I know the truck team was doing their thing, the brick team was doing their thing. We're all kind of moving together, but together in unison to get this job done. Definitely the first time we got to actually put out something that was on fire.
But hanging out of the windows, I showed my family some like videos of other places like hanging out. They're like, "What are you doing? What did you sign up for?" And I'm like, "It's okay, you know, this is how we get out. This is how we get out efficiently and fast." So really helpful. Hopefully we never have to use it.
I was just about to say that. Hopefully we never have to use it, but I'm glad they taught us that, because if wires fell on me in real life, I probably would freak out.
But now you know.
But now I know.
You're equipped.
Now I'm equipped. I have the tools necessary.
Our class, so what Captain calls us is the average Joes. We're just a bunch of hard workers coming together for the cause of serving the city of San Francisco. These people are my family now, and I'm grateful for that.
I think we really bonded really well for being a bunch of average Joes. I think we really came together as our first fire family.
The Cadre's been great. They've been here for us whenever we needed it. Extra hours to work on anything that we needed, even coming in on Saturdays.
They're showing up, like for the first 3 months, they're showing up at 6:30 before the sun rises, and they were staying late with us till like 7.
I feel like we got pretty lucky with our cadre, like extremely lucky.
Blown away lucky, yeah.
Captain Tingen brought a level of intensity every day.
For me, all the extra help that he made sure to stay, gosh, until 7 o'clock every night. Here at 6:30 every day, willing to answer any question. Yeah, I was really blown away by the cadre here.